On the 1st of March 1937, KLM, the Royal Dutch Airlines, proudly expanded its international routes. As of today, flights from Schiphol Airport will now reach Vienna, Milan, and Stockholm, with stops in Prague and Copenhagen. And come summer, travelers can look forward to a direct link between Amsterdam and Budapest. In Finland, the Kiosto Kallio has officially assumed the presidency, taking the oath of office as the nation's fourth president following his decisive victory in last month's electoral college vote. Meanwhile, all the way over in Manchukuo, the government has enacted a new royal succession law, with Emperor Puyi still without an heir after 14 years of marriage. His brother Puyi has now been named next in line to the throne. At sea, disaster nearly struck off the coast of Spain. The French steamer Marie-Thérèse de la Borgne hit a naval mine in the same treacherous waters that damaged the British vessel Llandovery Castle just last week. Fortunately, the ship managed to reach port safely. And over in Poland, an exciting development in broadcasting. Warsaw 1, a new station of the Polski radio, has begun transmission, bringing news and entertainment to even more Polish homes. The average temperature in Berlin was... Whoa, I need to switch to a new month, actually. Let me give this a hot little second. 3.0 degrees Celsius. Let's return to the gameplay, where I do think I've made a decision. I think I'm going to play Risk On, right? So, considering that this one unit that we're attacking is in a mountains province, and that we could hammer into him for weeks to come without much success, we are actually going to go north and try to take advantage of this gap. Let's try to make it so that they go there. Both of them. It seems to be the case that they want to go all the way over here. But anyway, we can walk into this province, or tile, as well as this tile, without any opposition. So we're going to try to do that and gain some ground for the nationalists here. Maybe we could even take Madrid if we're very lucky and the Spanish support us. So we're going to try to do that, make it a bit more exciting. It's also the first of the month, meaning it's time for the State of the Nation. Let me zoom out for that a bit, as the sound effects are quite loud there. So we're going to look at everything. Right now, we are developing the Heraeus research facilities. We're 40 days in out of 70, which means that before the end of this month, right before the end of this month, we will complete it. Now, what focus will we do after that? Well, we'll probably go into Führerprinzip here, because that will allow us to go into all of these, which auto-complete themselves over time. So you want to get those started as quickly as possible. Obviously, you also want the extra technology slot as soon as possible, so that's why we prioritize this. And after we go into this, we will probably start looking at traveling towards the Anschluss. So that's good. We have 80 political power, and I think we'll need about 150 to make real use of it. 150 or 200 for most theorists, 150 for industrial concerns, 150 for political advisors. So yeah, we definitely have some things to save up for. As for the intelligence agency, it's pretty stable. We haven't looked at the spy networks for a while, but we have 16% in both France and Republican Spain. So that's pretty good. And once that gets up a bit higher, we may be able to do some shenanigans. Who knows? As for upgrades, we have Economy Civilian, Army Department, Air Force Departments, no pills, and 1 level of passive defense. Pretty good. Then let's look at research. We are currently working on this Dispersed Industry 2, range improvements, improved machine tools, and radio. Out of these, only this one will end within the month. Well, right at the end of the month. Might be April by the time it actually finishes. And for experimental facilities, we are pretty close to a breakthrough on land as well as naval, but still quite far away when it comes to air and physics. So we do want to keep working on that as well. Then international market, well, we have the option to buy guns from Italy, and that's about it. We're not selling anything. Trade is good. We're still missing 1 rubber, but I'm still not willing to sacrifice an entire extra factory just for some extra rubber. Construction, we are building civilian factories. Let's see. 2 of these will finish in March in the coming month. And the others will not. And then after we build these additional 11 civilian factories, we will work on a aerodynamics and avionics facility as well as a nuclear research facility. And after that, we'll probably start building mills mixed in with maybe a couple more civs. Yeah, I think it will be worth it. Then production, we have 241 guns, making 73 a day. Well, you can see everything here. We're underproducing light tanks, to be honest. We're only making just barely 2 a day, not even 2 a day. So there's definitely work to do there. Also, the Air Force, of course, has to be upgraded. We have recently been improving these plane models, so it makes sense that we would need to upgrade a lot right now. As for recruitment, we are training like 8 divisions that will go live. Or wait, is it 8? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 divisions that will go boots on the ground in May. And 2 more that will come later. Logistics, well, again, not much here. We are building a decent little tiny stockpile of support equipment, I guess. But other than that, we also have a decent amount of trucks. But guns are still, you know, we're constantly recruiting new things. So that number is just not going to get really very high until we have a lot bigger army. And as for the Army commanders, we don't have anyone for the Navy or Air Force yet, but we do have Ludwig back here for the Army. So that's all the monthly State of the Union stuff, I guess. Not much more to look at. I do feel like we have more manpower than we had at the start of last month. It's all okay. Anyway, our troops are on the move. Oh, and this guy is moving through there. That's stupid. We're now taking a different route. Yeah. Okay, so that's why the arrow was pointing in the wrong direction before. They're now both going to this tile. It does look like Spain is moving in, so we may not have much time here. But if it's only 1 unit here, we may still be able to go on through, and if it fails, then we'll just come back here and continue moving into the mountains, I guess. No, not much else to do. Let me just check here. In the Battle of Granada, we lost 19 manpower and 15 tanks, though. That's not good. That's really not good. Alright, well, I really do think I'm going to be very hesitant to attack into mountains in the future. I do think I might let the Spanish handle that. Or just go in with my infantry. At least I'm not going to risk my armored division for it, because losing that many panzer in such a short time is just not good. Especially when we are producing only 2 a day. Anyway, I think I've bantered on enough for now. It's also very late for me, so I'm going to go ahead and edit this video and get it out to you guys. See you tomorrow.